Hello, hello, hello again. It's me, Michael, again. And here's my dog, Topper. Say hello, Topper. Look at him. He's saying hello. He wanted to join me today while I was filming, and I kind of had a lucky break. I have the ability to film again, so I'm gonna do this second part. This should be it, unless I just magically think of a million more stories to tell during this video. But, last time I kind of left you off on a little tease, you know, like this little band. What is this band, you might ask? Well, it's a RENDERMAN 2019 band. It says wristband, you know, to wear. What's RENDERMAN 2019? Oh, I'm glad that you asked. I'm very glad that you asked that question. So, RENDERMAN is a type of rendering software that, you know, the big boys at Pixar use. You've probably seen, like, at least one of their movies. Yeah, it was like a little presentation. This is the saddest picture during the presentation that I took, by the way, because they were using this for The Lion King 2019, and they were like, oh, it hit $1 billion at the box office, and so they had a picture of Box Office Mojo. Like, I believe they had one for Jungle Book and Lion King, and I took a picture, but I hit it as the Box Office Mojo stuff left the screen, so I just kind of got this, which is the saddest picture that I've ever taken. And it was so close at the point where I thought I actually got the picture, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I did it right before. But, as you can tell, I did not, which is just very unfortunate. But one of the things that the general public is more aware of, instead of like the whole RENDERMAN thing, the whole RENDERMAN presentation, are the RENDERMAN teapots, you know, for the walking teapots. So, this year they had 2 different versions. Sometimes they have 2, sometimes they have 1. Last year I believe it was just like an Incredibles themed one, so it was like red, like the logo. This year it was Toy Story 4 themed ones, so I feel very lucky. They had 2 different versions, as I said. They had a Buzz Lightyear version and a Miss Nesbit version. And I got the Miss Nesbit version, but that wasn't what I got originally. I actually was able to snag 2 of them because I went to the RENDERMAN event, and then there was also another Pixar event that was exclusive to student volunteers, and I was able to get one from there as well, and I got a buzz at that one. Actually, I got a buzz at both of them, but there was some very nice person there, like another student volunteer who got 2 Nesbits, and they were like, does anybody want to trade? I have 2 Nesbits, I want a buzz as well, and I was like, I have 2 buzzes, I will trade you for that one. So yeah, I made a little friend there at SIGGRAPH. Well, that was one of my many friends that I made. So yeah, shout out to you. Thank you, because she was on a shift while I went to pick it up. So yeah, that was very nice of them to hold on to it during their shift while I was walking by. The whole RENDERMAN event was like super cool. The presentation was like super intriguing, and like it captured me the entire time. And I believe they have a bunch of the videos from the presentation, like the various presentees, like, available. I'll try to find them, put them down in the links below, or maybe like a little beep thing that'll pop up right now, maybe, if I can. If I can't, then you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, that was very cool, and I like it a lot, and also this color is very nice. And also, another thing that happened at the RENDERMAN event was, before it started, they had like dinner that you could have, or dinner, I believe. It was pretty late. It was either lunch or dinner, but they had food, things that you can consume and eat. I was just hanging around with some of my friends, and then one of my friends came up, and they were like, so I saw your SIGGRAPH video that you posted like before you went, and it made me super happy and cry, and I was like, whoa. And so, you know, I returned the favor, and I got really happy and cried. Not like a whole lot, because there were lots of people there, and I was like at Pixar, so, you know, there are lots of Pixar employees there, and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna let a bunch of the people who worked on Toy Story 4 see me cry. But you know what? It's fine, it's all good. So yeah, the RENDERMAN event was a lot of fun, and I'm totally gonna go next year. Another event was the Computer Animation Festival. The shorts were amazing. This was the thing that was at the Microsoft Theater. It could potentially be because I was like high, because of the fact that I was actually there. Like, I was like, oh, this is obviously the best presentation of events that they could have had in the last few years. But I watch a lot of shorts. every year when the Oscar nominees come out, I like watch a bunch of them with my friends, or we discuss them if we cannot watch them together. So I've seen quite a few animated shorts. Last year they had, at my school's chapter, we presented the Computer Animation Festival from last year's SIGGRAPH. So that was fun to watch there. But this one was like at the Microsoft Theater, which, as you guys know, I was already freaking out. It's like E3, Microsoft, one of the big boys. So I was already like in awe of the fact that I was there, sitting in the Microsoft Theater. Still kind of in disbelief. I feel like it didn't happen and that it was some sort of fictional dream memory thing that I had. But it happened, and I was there, and I think this year was like amazing. Like they had it up to an audience vote. Like they had an audience favorite award. I didn't know which one to pick because there were lots of them. Typically there's like a lot of good ones, but there's the obvious favorite, you know, where it's like a few years ago was World of Tomorrow. It's like I like a lot of these, don't get me wrong, but World of Tomorrow is like the best one from that group. This year at the Computer Animation Festival shorts, it's like, oh, there's an entire list of the best one. So yeah, like two of the ones that I like really remember, Stuffed, I believe is what it was called. It was like a few little stuffed animals and they like went on a little adventure, and it was like, wow, I love this. I love the feeling of this. I love the aesthetic. The humor is actually incredibly funny. So yeah, that one was a good one. There was another one that was like, it was about robots. So you know, I'm prime target for this. Obviously, I'm gonna like the one with the robot. It was about like hearts. Like these robots had hearts that they can put inside of them, and it was basically like a metaphor for like alcohol, or not alcohol, drugs. But it was very good, and I liked it, and I really liked the designs of the robots. And those are like two of the first ones, so I was like, oh, this is how it starts. And it just kind of kept going, and it was great, and I was like, wow, I sure do love this. So yeah, Computer Animation Festival, awesome, super fun, I loved it. RENDERMAN event, loved it. It was super fun. I talked to a few Pixar employees, so you know, got to meet them on business cards. This was pretty fun. Then so you know, nothing too big. Not that much of a big deal. Just flossing with the DreamWorks employee, just chatting it up, hanging out with a few Pixar employees after RENDERMAN. Watching an event thing in the Microsoft Theater, you know, just a typical normal July week in the life of me. That happens every year, I'm sure you can tell. But yeah, it was super amazing, and I've talked about most of the types of jobs that I had, like just sitting there making sure nobody with the right or with the wrong badges goes in. For the most part, people were super chill about it. Like occasionally it's like, sorry, you don't have the right badge, and they were like, oh, that's okay. Like one guy, I think it was like Sunday or Monday, he had a Thursday badge, and I was like, sorry sir, that's a Thursday badge, and he's like, oh, okay, and he just left, and it's like, oh, wow. He was really nice about it. A lot of, like, I was just so surprised. I was shocked with how nice everybody was. Just like while you're waiting in line, because I went to a few events, and just while I waited in line, a bunch of the people were super nice and nice. Like in the RENDERMAN line, the person right behind me was like, hey, were you one of the people that gave me a survey the other day? I think it was you. I'm pretty sure it was you. And then a bunch of the people that I gave surveys to were just really nice, and like, their friend, like maybe while their friend was taking the survey, they were talking to me, and they were just like, oh, hey, let's just be nice and chill. And it's like, wowee, the world is kind of a nice place sometimes, and I really like it. So yeah, I don't know. The world sucks, but like sometimes, and a lot of the time, it's actually very good, but everybody likes focusing on the parts of the world that suck. So while they're focusing on the part of the world that sucks, all this awesome stuff is happening, but they don't even know. They don't even know. They don't even know about all this awesome stuff happening. It's like if I'm showing you this, like, I don't know, what's something that's like broken over here? Nothing's broken over here. This is a bad example, but like on my keychain, I have a little Kirby, like a Sleepy Kirby. Sometimes it falls. Sometimes it just falls right off, and I have to like screw it back in. So what if over here, it's like, it fell, but you missed my dog Topper scratching and looking super adorable while you were focused on this broken thing. That's a very bad analogy because fixing broken things and focusing on them is like good and healthy for growing as a person, but you like know what I mean, right? Like, don't focus on the negatives, focus on the positives. Look, we're matching. He's wearing, oh, you can't even see that, I don't believe. but he has like a light blue collar that's like this exact same color, and bandana as well. They're matching. He's matching, his collar's matching his bandana, and I'm matching his collar and bandana. Wowie wow, wowzerson, it's super awesome. I really liked SIGGRAPH 2019. I made a lot of friends, and a lot of the people, like a lot of people went from my school. There was quite a fair number of us. A lot of other schools had like maybe 1 or 2. Then there was like a few schools that had more than 10, and my school was one of the ones that had more than 10. But I made lots of friends, even like within my school, like a bunch of people that I don't really talk to. It's like, oh, I'm just standing by you in line because we're from the same school, so we just kind of like went to our school group chat and we're like, we're going to this thing, and it's like, might as well go as well. So we just kind of waited in line, you know, and I just kind of made friends with everybody from my school that went. Even the people I wasn't that close to before. And one of the team leaders actually was from my school, and while I was on a shift, this was another guard shift, so I was just standing, and this one was right by the student volunteer office. So there was a bunch of student volunteers walking around everywhere, and one of them, who was a team leader, one of my, I was about to say friends. We're not really friends at this point in the story, but I'm just saying it because in past tense, it's like, it makes more sense. One of my friends walked up, who was not my friend at the time, don't get me wrong, and he was like, you know, Michael, I'm really glad you're here. He was president of my own school SIGGRAPH chapter like a few semesters ago. He was like, I'm really glad you're here. And I was like, wow, it just made me feel good, you know? It makes you feel good when people kind of acknowledge your existence, especially when they're people that you don't really talk to all that often. And then he talked to me a bunch of times. We talked to each other a bunch of times throughout the rest of the event. And he's also really excited for Borderlands 3, as am I. And my future roommate, who you will meet. Actually, you've already met him in lots of my videos. He's a frequenter. So I'm really excited about that. Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's go back to July/August. I don't know when this was. Probably that whole week was a blur. Time doesn't real. Time doesn't exist. Time's not real. Words. Haha. So yeah, there was a drone painting. That was cool. That's pretty awesome. There were a bunch of puzzle pieces everywhere in the studio because there was like a little game that you can play. I didn't play this because I just didn't have the amount of time. I would have loved to. But in the studio, there's a bunch of things that you can make. One of the, like in each section, there's like 10, 15, or 20. It was like an even number like that. I know 15 is not even, you know what I mean? They had little puzzle pieces that you can get, and each different place had a different puzzle piece, and if you go and make something from every place, you can make you could complete the picture, and then you can like enter to win like a raffle or a prize or something like that. But anyway, I didn't get any of those, unfortunately. I should have, because I made something, but I didn't really make it. I was sort of on a shift while this was happening, and my friend, God bless her, I love you, was like, hey, I have time, I can do it for you if you want, and I was like, okay. So she made me this wonderful Friend Spectrum shirt using some of Dee's art. And if you don't know who the Friend Spectrum is, look at that. It's an entire channel filled to the brim with quality friendos and quality content. And it's still being updated because I am slow at editing super duper long New York vlog videos. That's right, they're still on their way, and the next one's over an hour long. Can you believe it? Can you believe a video for me is over an hour? I sure can, because a lot of them are now. It's pretty crazy. Remember when YouTube only had like a 10-minute time limit, and at 15 if you chose like the director thing? That was crazy. Anyway, I just dated myself on how long I've been on this platform. So, yeehaw. SIGGRAPH 2019, pretty awesome. Another thing that I got. Oh, you thought that the RENDERMAN thing? That's it? You thought that the walk-in teapot, that was it? It's not, that's it, because that's still, like, amazing, and I would have been super happy with those. But, I'm trying to open it here without, like, breaking, oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Here's my unboxing of this. I got a bobblehead, because I got lucky, and I was just well, I sort of got lucky. Somebody from my school was like, hey, at this certain time, they sent a tweet that was like, hey, at this certain time, there may or may not be bobbleheads in this certain room at this certain time, and I just happened to be free and also like 2 seconds away from that room, so I was like, yeah, that happens in a minute. I'll go there. And so I went there, and I got one of these boys. Look at him. Whoa. I hope this doesn't fall. I have my knee out in case. Okay, no, it didn't fall. Ooh. Whoa! Look at this. Let's look at this, guys. Unboxing time. This is my unboxing. Oh, look at him. Trying to get him out. I'm getting styrofoam and stuff everywhere. Oh, look at that. Yes. Look at him. The boy himself, Pixel. Pixel, the SIGGRAPH dude. He has the same jacket that I have, as you can tell by the back and the front. Flashback, please. And then I have an awesome, like, SIGGRAPH, like, hoodie. It's like a thin one. It has the logo at the back. Yes, I think it's the same. I think it's the same jacket. It has 2019 on the little blocks. You know, if you put it upside down, it looks like 6,105. So that's a fun fact right there. It's a bobblehead. So you know, he's just like, did you have a fun time at SIGGRAPH 2019? Oh, he's nodding. He's nodding. He said yes. Hey, Pixel, the SIGGRAPH logo mascot Pixel. Yeah. Are you going to go to SIGGRAPH 2020? I'll definitely be there. You can't see my mouth move, so it means it's him. Look, he's moving. He's having a good time. And there was a raffle for the student volunteers, so I won a second one. However, I'm going to be giving this one away at my own school, at my school's own chapter, because they're the same. It's not like this is a Buzz one. This is a Nesbitt one. You know. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys. Oh, look at him. He's so happy. Look at this guy. Look at him. He's just smiling. He's just having a good time. The opportunity arose to. There's a mascot version of this. Like, you could get in a giant costume that's like this, except it's a costume. I wanted to get in it, but it was like apparently super hot and sweaty. I would have loved to have been in this costume just greeting people and stuff, but I didn't have the amount of time because a lot of my shifts were like just far enough apart where I can go and do one thing, but if I had to like do a shift in between them, it wouldn't have worked out well because I would have had to be like, okay, I gotta leave early. So I couldn't do it. Hopefully next year though, I will have the opportunity to be Shay D. Pixel. His name is Shay, first name Shay, middle name starts with a D, and his last name is Pixel. Look, right there. Shay D. Pixel. Look at that. Am I gonna do this live on camera, therefore ruining the focus for the rest of the video? Yes, absolutely. Oh, I can't even do it. It's close enough. You can see that, right? Yeah, and now this is out of focus, so I'm just gonna have to hope that that's good enough. SIGGRAPH was so much fun, you guys. So much fun. Topper's like looking away from me. He's like, you're talking about how much fun this thing is, and I couldn't even go because I'm a dog. That's okay, Topper. Maybe one year they'll allow animal student volunteers. He said, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that's it. That's not like everything. Bye, Topper. That's not everything, but that's like the big points. And this video already went on for 2 parts that are both like 20 minutes long, which when I originally was like, okay, maybe 15 minutes total will be the entire SIGGRAPH like thing. But no. I'm just very glad that I had the opportunity to go. Shout out to one of my professors who was a reference for me, because they were like, oh, we need a reference from like a professional like teacher or someone, and I was like, oh, here's the teacher, and he was like, oh yeah, and he like kept up to date with me on it. He was like, did you get any results back for that? And I was like, not yet. And then when I got like chosen to be like, yeah, you could be a student volunteer, I was like, professor, and he was like, oh, congratulations. I was like, yeah. And then he's just super nice. If you are in high school, just letting you know, college is awesome. Life beyond, like life after high school is like also really good. So don't think it's over. Don't think it's done and dead after that. Life, my dog's barking. Not Topper, but one of them. I guess that's my cue to wrap up this video. So thank you guys so much for watching these 2 videos of me rambling on about a cool week that I had. I also went to the VR theater, which was like my first experience with VR. It was kind of obnoxious because like with my glasses, and I guess they didn't like tighten it correctly because it kept sliding up. So I was like, oh, I gotta go. Whoa, I gotta put it up. And like one of the things was a game. So it's like I had to like play the game, but then I had to like move the VR. I'll try it out again, and when I'm like doing it myself, and I can just make it super tight, and where it's like, it doesn't have to move. But yeah, it was very cool, and Bonfire is an amazing VR film. Even if you're not watching it in VR, please watch it. Like if you find it somewhere, like if they post it on their YouTube channel, it made me cry, which I guess is not that much of an achievement. I almost said trophy. Shout out to PlayStation for making those things mean the same thing in my mind. Anyway, that's it. That's this. That's all of this. SIGGRAPH is amazing, and I love all the friends that I made throughout it. And I love my roommates that I hung out with throughout the conference. I love the people who I co-worked with throughout the conference. I loved the people who like set it up because they were super nice. I loved the people from my school who I didn't talk to often before this, who I got to meet and talk to more throughout this because of this. It was super awesome to meet you guys. Basically, if you were in any way part of my SIGGRAPH experience, thanks for being part of an awesome week and being part of the reason why it was such an awesome week. This is a video. This is done. Anyway, I'm gonna go let my dog out of my room like he's been begging me for. And I'm gonna wait to do an unboxing video. That's right, my next video is gonna be an unboxing video, but it might be up before this because I don't know when it's gonna get here, and so I don't know when I'm gonna post this because I'm moving to college in a few days, so everything's crazy. Trying to finish a video game before moving to college, which is like insane, which that probably shouldn't be my highest priority. It's not my highest priority, but it's definitely higher than it should be because it's on my laptop, so I can just play it there as well. I could talk about things for forever. I could talk about SIGGRAPH for forever. So, speaking of SIGGRAPH, at my school SIGGRAPH chapter, one of the first events of the year is a SIGGRAPH recap, which is sort of like this video, honestly, except more professional and like, ooh, we didn't have fun. We learned about the environment, we learned about the industry and networked. That's what we had fun and we made friends. That's what that translates to. Anyway, that meeting always runs long, especially because they do the giveaway at the end, which is what this is. Look at this. It's a shade pixel bobblehead exclusive from SIGGRAPH 2019 LA, Los Angeles 2019 July to August. Anyway, it's like, how does this meeting always run for so long? It's like, oh, this is why, because it's a wonderful event that I love. I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to do it next year as well, hopefully. Hey, SIGGRAPH people, hit me up if you want me to be a student volunteer. I'm gonna do all the forms and stuff. Maybe even a team leader, because my new friend from school who's a team leader convinced me to be a team leader, so I'm gonna go for it. So you guys will get an update on that in like a year when it happens, or when it doesn't happen in like a year. Either way, it's quite a ways off. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Talking about SIGGRAPH just makes me so happy, I guess, because I've been so happy during these videos. Wow! Also, if you ever have any video ideas, leave them down below in the comments below, or any comments really in the comments below, because that's what the comments are for. Constructive criticism, roasting me, telling me, this isn't a hollow video. Yeah, DreamWorks. What is DreamWorks? Wrong side, DreamWorks. Putting the time in to go to SIGGRAPH to make the dream work at DreamWorks. Flossing with employees to help the dream work. The dreams work. Whoops. Whoa. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn off the camera at this point because I'm just rambling on. Thanks for watching. I love you all. Yay! Also, I met someone who knew who Professor Layton was, so I was like, yes, this is a win. The conference just ended, and I just got signed out of my final shift, and I'm sad. I had like the final shift at, like, everyone else is already out, and they're like, you guys still working? Hello? But I worked the 2020 booth, so I feel like that is a very fitting way to end this year's SIGGRAPH event. Just right there, that 2020 booth, right there. It was very fun. I feel like a completely different person. I was talking to strangers, like, willingly inviting them over. It's crazy. It's crazy how being in an environment like this just evolves you to be a better person, I guess. Anyway, yeah, So sad.